for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
NTA Parliament is a dedicated 24-hour channel that broadcasts the activities of the Nigerian Senate, Federal House of Representatives, and all the 36 state houses of assembly. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
We're glad to have you join us. This is Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I'm Ruth Aguela. President Muhammadu Buhari has inaugurated the first integrated maritime security strategy in West Africa with the aim of tackling piracy and other crimes at the sea. Let's hear more from Benny Adams.
Speakers at the inauguration noted the increase in piracy attacks on West Africa's Gulf of Guinea, which has hampered economic gains of the region, with Nigeria receiving a fair share. The situation the federal government is nipping in the bud with the inauguration of land, sea and air assets by President Muhammadu Buhari.
This intervention, no doubt, will facilitate a conducive environment for the maritime sector to thrive and contribute to the diversification of the Nigerian economy.
Based on this set of facts, I developed an agenda to secure the channels of maritime trade, reduce shipping costs, and expand indigenous participation in the maritime sector in order to facilitate increase in the contribution of the sector to national revenue and the gross domestic product.
According to the latest figures from the ICC, that is the International Maritime Bureau, the Gulf of Guinea accounted for nearly half, as 43% of all reported piracy incidents in the first 3 months of 2011.
We are beginning to witness an era of proper coordination, meaningful cooperation, collaboration, production in terms of maritime security.
IMO remains committed to support Nigeria and the region in all your efforts.
Security equipment procured include a maritime security unit consisting of command and control communications and intelligence center for intelligence gathering as well as data collection. Others are 16 armored vehicles for coastal patrol, special mission vessels, 16 fast interceptor boats with air assets to include 2 mission aircraft for surveillance of the country's exclusive economic zone, alongside 600 specially trained troops for interdiction, 3 special mission helicopters for search and rescue operations, in addition to 4 unarmed aerial vehicles.
Benny Adams there reporting, and more from the transport sector. Nigeria has taken delivery of its fourth standard gauge railway line with the inauguration of the Lagos-Ibadan double tracks standard gauge rail line for commercial operations by President Muhammadu Buhari. Oina Kaloka in this report takes a look at the journey of this project described as a 21st century railway network.
Initiated by previous administrations, the Abuja-Kaduna rail line was completed and inaugurated after 10 years, same with Itakpe-Warri, which was abandoned for more than 33 years. But the Lagos-Ibadan rail line was re-awarded by this administration and completed after 4 years. How has the journey been so far?
In the year 1900, the first train in Nigeria ran from the Lagos colony to Ibadan in a narrow gauge track. More than 100 years later, after being abandoned for decades, plans to revive this rail line and replace it with the standard gauge was conceived. In August 2012, the contract for the construction of the Lagos to Ibadan standard gauge rail line was awarded. But due to funding problem, the project never saw the light of the day. With the coming of this administration in 2015, plans to resuscitate this rail line was given top priority. In 2016, the Lagos to Ibadan rail line project was re-awarded, but this time around it was renegotiated and redesigned to accommodate more modern facilities. Funding for the project was made available by the Nigerian and Chinese governments. With the agreement sealed by both partners, the project took off on a high speed, with a groundbreaking ceremony on the 7th of March 2017 by the Vice President. Same year, construction began, equipment were rolled out, and workers mobilized on site.
It's going to be followed by ballast filling, and then you have the track.
To check delay and execution of substandard projects, the Minister of Transportation, Chibike Rotimi Amechi, deployed regular inspection.
The minister was not only passionate about this project, it was as if it was his life.
Before long, the project started taking shape. Massive state-of-the-art 11 train station constructed along the corridor.
Opening up the country is critical to development, to culture, to productivity. And I'm happy to see it being resuscitated.
To ease movement of goods, the rail line was further extended to the seaports. Along the line, construction was delayed, but in all this, with the commitment, determination, and the zeal of the federal government, the Lagos to Ibadan standard gauge rail line has come to fruition.
Even against criticism of the fact that we're taking loans to build this, you are determined to complete this project. We will leave from here, Mr. President, and move by the end of the month to Kano Kaduna. We've secured approval from you to commence construction.
When I came in here, I said, wow, because it's not just that a station is a terminal is being provided, but the quality, the style, the beauty and the magnificence.
The rail line connecting three states is expected to move hundreds of passengers and freight, thereby transforming the social and economic lives of the people. The project is part of the railway modernization in the country. Oina Kalo Oka, NTA News.
Thank you, Inaya. Another milestone, been recorded so far. So let's expand the discourse. We have a guest in the studio, Engineer Saidul Hassan, Deputy National Chairman, Nigerian Institution of Highway and Transportation Engineers. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, welcome for inviting me.
You've seen the big feat recorded this day,
yes.
And what would you say are the advantages of this feat to our collective development, especially when we're looking at completion of project and digitization of rail transportation?
I can say this is very enormous.
Okay.
Enormous in the sense that it's going to bring a lot of relief to other sectors, because rail is one of the mode of transportation in the, anywhere.
Yeah.
So this development is going to, one, has the advantages of economic growth. All those along these corridors are going to benefit both economically, and also it will also reduce travel time. Then other modes of transportation, like our roads, will also be relieved in the sense that once goods are moved by train, is at a go. It's removing like 50 trailers up the road, and you can see it will increase the lifespan of that road. It will reduce accident. Yes. It will also improve our safety. So this is a big economic masterpiece that has been done. We in the profession are very happy that we are seeing this happening that we've been yearning for years. Because now you can see that you can travel between Lagos and Ibadan in 1.5 hours by rail, which even by road you cannot make it by 3 hours. So all the gridlock you are having along the Lagos-Ibadan axis will be reduced. All the nuisance of trailers now you have at Apapa Port, all the bridges you see trailers being packed will be reduced because you have the dry port now in Ibadan. So goods can move now from the port to Ibadan, and they can be evacuated by road.
You know, the Lagos-Ibadan rail line is another project, another rail line rather, being inaugurated, adding to the list of rail lines we've seen inaugurated so far. And from what you're saying, the impact on other means of transportation, what about the multiplying effect on the economy?
The multiplying effect is going to be great, because anywhere you have an improved transportation will bring more investment, will make goods and services in terms of growth. It's high economic growth.
Yes.
Goods and services will be less in terms of expenses, because your goods can move and you can get them at cheaper rates. Investors, what they are looking for is good transportation network, because any country that gets their transportation right is an automatic getting the economic right, because the transportation is linked to the economy. So once the economy, the transport is right, it's automatic, the growth of economy will be there.
You know, you're an expert in this field, and so far we have seen other the railway line being vandalized over time. You know, that's dwindling the growth of what we're supposed to be projecting. What would you not want to see, and what's your advice to Nigerians if we're talking protecting our assets like this?
Yeah, we have to protect these infrastructures as our own property, because the vandalization is an unfortunate situation. Yes. Because this belongs to all of us, because we as professionals and any other person, we are the government. We don't have an individual that you say is the government. Because, for example, now you can see people from Alaja coming to Itakpe. If you are coming from that axis, it might take you up to 10, 12 hours to Abuja. You can now make Abuja in about 6-5 hours, because the train will take you 2 hours to Itakpe, another 3 hours to Abuja. So you can see you have reduced travel time. So the villages and the corridors and goods and services along those corridors will be brought to Abuja at a cheaper rate. Yes. And once you vandalize them, you are also is indirectly going to affect you, because you that vandalize these goods will likely go to the market and purchase some of the goods and services that will be rendered by this rail service, and you are not going to get them at the right price. So this vandalization is an unfortunate situation. Whoever vandalization, because Nigeria have to grow.
National Chairman, Nigerian Institution of Highway and Transportation Engineers. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, welcome for inviting me. Thank you.
All right, so let's move this train to Lagos. We hear there's excitement by Lagosians. The Lagos-Ibadan rail line comes alive. Tell us.
The change in the transportation landmark of Nigeria, especially via the rail subsector, may be gradual, but it's progressive enough for many Nigerians to recognize and appreciate. In this report, Adeni Taiwo captures the mood of the residents of the rail line.